The Cold War was a period of geopolitical tension. It lasted from the mid-1940s to the early 1990s. The main actors were the United States and the Soviet Union. These superpowers never engaged in direct military conflict. However, they were locked in a state of constant rivalry. This rivalry was political, ideological, and economic. The Cold War was a global conflict. It affected every corner of the world. It shaped international relations for decades. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked the end of the Cold War. The Cold War had a profound impact on the world. It led to the formation of military alliances like NATO and the Warsaw Pact. The Cold War also fueled numerous proxy wars. These were conflicts fought in third countries. They served as battlegrounds for the superpowers' competing ideologies. The Cold War was a time of great fear and uncertainty. The threat of nuclear war loomed large. Both sides possessed massive arsenals of nuclear weapons. The potential consequences of a nuclear exchange were unthinkable. At the heart of the Cold War was a fundamental clash of ideologies. The United States championed capitalism. This system emphasized free markets, individual liberty, and democratic values. The Soviet Union, in contrast, promoted communism. This ideology advocated for a classless society. It sought to achieve economic equality through state control of resources and industries. These diametrically opposed worldviews created a deep rift between the two superpowers. Each side viewed the other's ideology as a threat to its own existence. The United States feared the spread of communism. They saw it as a totalitarian and oppressive system. The Soviet Union, on the other hand, viewed capitalism as inherently exploitative. They believed it bred inequality and social unrest. This ideological conflict permeated every aspect of the Cold War. It influenced the superpowers' foreign policies. It shaped their domestic agendas. It even extended into the realm of culture and sports. The Cold War rivalry extended to space exploration. It even influenced the arts and entertainment industries. Each side used these avenues to promote its ideology and undermine the other. The Cold War was marked by numerous crises and confrontations. These events brought the world to the brink of war. One of the earliest and most defining events was the Berlin airlift from 1948 to 1949. The Soviet Union blockaded West Berlin. They hoped to force the Western Allies to relinquish control of the city. However, the United States and its allies responded with the Berlin airlift. They airlifted supplies to West Berlin for over a year. This demonstrated their resolve and their commitment to containing Soviet expansion. Another pivotal moment was the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. The Soviet Union deployed nuclear missiles to Cuba. This was a direct threat to the United States. The world held its breath as President John F. Kennedy and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev engaged in a tense standoff. Fortunately, a diplomatic solution was reached. The Soviet Union agreed to remove the missiles. In return, the United States pledged not to invade Cuba. The Cold War also played out in the realm of espionage and covert operations. Both sides engaged in extensive spying activities. They sought to gather intelligence on each other's military capabilities and intentions. The Cold War also fueled numerous proxy wars in Korea, Vietnam, and Afghanistan. These conflicts resulted in millions of casualties. They had a devastating impact on the countries involved. The space race was another prominent feature of the Cold War. Both the United States and the Soviet Union poured resources into space exploration. They saw it as a measure of their technological prowess and global prestige. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik. It was the first artificial satellite to orbit the Earth. This achievement shocked the United States. It galvanized their efforts to catch up. In 1969, the United States achieved a major victory. They landed the first humans on the moon with the Apollo 11 mission. The end of the Cold War marked a turning point in history. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the subsequent collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 brought an end to the bipolar world order. It ushered in a new era. However, the legacy of the Cold War continues to shape international relations today. The Cold War left behind a world grappling with the challenges of globalization. It also left behind a world struggling with the proliferation of nuclear weapons. The Cold War also had a profound impact on military spending. and technological innovation. The arms race between the superpowers led to the development of increasingly sophisticated and destructive weapons. It also spurred advances in fields such as rocketry, computing, and material science. The Cold War had a lasting impact on global politics. It shaped the relationship between the United States and Russia. It also influenced the rise of China as a global power.